A Fibonacci time zone combines well with Fibonacci extensions when a chart has sharp and drastic movements at new record ranges. A Fibonacci time zone has intervals based directly on the Fibonacci sequence. Proportions are determined by the initial interval between interval line 0 and interval line 1. The intervals up to interval 3 are equal. Then they rapidly expand starting with interval 5 due to the rapid growth of the Fibonacci sequence. As usual, trend lines can help identify areas of even greater significance when intersecting with interval lines and price levels, but this may not always be possible. Not all major peaks and lows can be approximated, even when the initial interval is a shorter duration. It's also possible to use 2 downswings or 2 upswings to define the initial interval instead of 1 upswing and 1 downswing. When a trend begins to slow down or produce less frequent retracements, it is often best to start the Fibonacci time zone from some of the most recent swing points on the chart that still define major features. This is often a peak that defined previous all-time highs. Basing a Fib time zone on the length of a major trend can be useful up to interval 3, but can produce less useful intervals afterwards. This is especially true on charts of shorter time frames since intervals significantly expand to miss plenty of small and even large features. Even if a trend covers a large price range in a relatively short period, it's normally better to start the Fibonacci time zone from the main reversal to the first retracement of the new trend to cover most of the trend up to interval 3. Then, when the trend reverses, the larger intervals can usually still be of some use. Using the final swing points in the previous trend is also an option. It can generally be said a Fibonacci time zone is more trend-specific, meaning it is usually less effective after a major reversal or even retracement takes place. It's also a reason why the length of an entire trend should usually not be used to define the initial interval. On this chart, a new Fibonacci time zone is defined by the first upswing and retracement points for excellent coverage of early uptrend development, and even the larger and longer-lasting retracements that follow. Using 2 upswings, 2 downswings, or an up and downswing to define the initial interval is highly variable, and various combinations of the 3 choices can be chosen. There is no concrete set of conditions to choose one choice over another. Trend lines can help to an extent in determining which interval lines are more important, though once again this can be limited and may not even be possible sometimes. In the case of a large trend, a Fibonacci time zone has the advantage of covering relatively long durations without necessarily using an initial trend that covers a long duration. Similar to a Fibonacci extension, a Fibonacci time zone can still be used effectively with the initial reversal and retracement in the early stages of a potential large trend. It's often possible to use the duration of a Fibonacci extension's base trend to define the initial interval of a Fibonacci time zone. Since this is an uptrend, filling in a gap down, significant events of interest at the first 3 intervals are bearish reversals and bullish continuations. If there was no bullish surge in March, there would be interest in a bullish reversal and bearish continuation as the significant events of interest heading towards interval 5 in mid-April. Cyclical lines can be extended to the left to look for the preferred characteristic of important features taking place at past intervals, such as clear swing points and continuations. Since a bullish reversal happened well before mid-April, the significant event of interest was the possibility of a bullish continuation or bearish reversal towards interval 5. Now, there is a similar situation at interval 8 that has added resistance potential from the intersection with the trend line. Even if this resistance is surpassed, residual resistance can remain up near the 3.618 extension level into early July. Remember, interval lines from any time analysis technique approximate the time of likely significant events. These events can take place directly at the time of the interval line or slightly before or after the interval line. The further away the chart trades away from an intersection of price and time, the less likely there is to be influence from that intersection. In this case, less potential for a downswing at the 50 boundary, the further away price trades from the intersection after the late June to early July period around the 8 interval. The double top that takes place far from any interval line demonstrates how time analysis isn't a complete guarantee of covering all significant events. Price action at major areas like the 50 boundary should still be watched carefully at all times. Interval lines merely highlight when significant events are theoretically more likely in the context the intervals were based on. Early November is a wider area in price and time due to the additional influence of the 13 interval and the crossed trend lines, along with the mid-40s range that was the site of the bullish continuation range in late June. Naturally, attention was focused on the significant events of a bullish reversal or bearish continuation, with price falling towards the 13 interval rather than rising or trading flat. Since the double top was a large-scale reversal, the Fibonacci time zone began to reduce in effectiveness during the progression of the new downtrend and later uptrend. Directly defining the initial interval from the first half of the double top is an obvious option once the downtrend establishes by October 2019. It would be unrealistic to capture the exact time of the bottom, but the approximation is quite accurate from a long-term perspective, with the drastic increase in support at the old gap down fill nearing the 40 boundary and the intersecting trend lines near the 34 interval. A time zone goes up to 89, but it will be rare to use the intervals past 21 in most cases, especially when there is a major trend reversal of the trend the time zone was based on. The later intervals after 21 are usually only used in cases like this where a small initial interval starts a large trend. Even though swing points in the 2019 uptrend covered a slightly wider interval with the two downswings of the double top, interval lines are not capturing clear features in the double top downtrend, which is more important. Once a major feature like the early 2020 upswing forms, it becomes a target to place an interval line through. This is possible with a wider interval using the early December 2019 downswing and second double top downswing. That allows the later interval lines to be used effectively with the uptrend into 2021. Moving the zero interval line to the first downswing of the double top produces similar results because the target of getting a later interval crossing the early 20s on 20 lows is achieved. Before conducting time analysis, it is important to start with price analysis that is generally more reliable and important. Price analysis of the y-axis highlights important features to reduce the difficulty of finding landmarks on the chart to define an initial interval. This is an exceptional case where a large initial interval can be based on a large trend, since there are many clear swing points in the recent downtrend that has paused towards interval 3 before the intervals significantly expand. Clear intersection with major swing points before and after the initial interval. The recent completion of a double bottom has a clear target in price and time from the intersection of the 3 interval line with the clear downtrend line and Fibonacci projection level. Since this is an uptrend, the events of interest at the major intersection will be a bearish reversal or bullish continuation rather than a bullish reversal or bearish continuation. When there's a clear break, higher price is still trading close to the 3 interval and the next projection level that offers resistance to still identify the approximate area of interest where a downswing or bullish continuation could take place. A more familiar approach of using a smaller initial interval accurately captures different swing points and breakouts. This is a good result, but mostly relevant for the context of the downtrend and not the double bottom uptrend. Choosing another initial interval from the start of the downtrend also has good results, and even approximates the double bottom completion area. However, it's once again more suitable for the downtrend and not the double bottom uptrend. Directly starting from the double bottom is the best choice as it is more recent and relevant context. The results are even better in capturing the completions, consolidation, continuation, and reversal of the double bottom uptrend that was only partially captured by other Fibonacci time zones starting from other trends. The 21 interval of the last Fibonacci time zone approximates the same time as the 3 interval of this Fibonacci time zone for confluence similar to confluence of price analysis. Trend lines can complement time analysis, such as with the upper uptrend line and the 3 interval. Trend lines can even identify areas of importance missed by interval lines, such as the break under the 170s. Similar to Fibonacci price analysis methods, different swing point variations can arrive at similar and drastically different results. That's why there won't always be one exact set of swing points that are more suitable for the initial interval. On this chart, these 2 upswings are chosen since they intersect a later interval line with the time of the downswing in late May. This is a form of validation that proves helpful with the 8 interval identifying a time frame for support at the upper boundary range of the double bottom into July. The swing points chosen to define the initial interval can vary by personal preference and depend on what is available on the chart. This is especially true when the selection of swing points is limited during the early stages of a developing trend. Since the IPO candle is so important, it can stand in place of a downswing with such little price action in the first 2 weeks of trading. An upswing low on the second day sees the 5 interval lineup with a very minor downswing for a valid Fibonacci time zone. The downswing on the 21 interval is another amazing result at these early stages. Naturally, the smallest possible initial interval will have some intervals not capture any major events at all, such as at intervals 2, 3, and 13. Since support held at 149 by interval 34, attention is now directed at clearing 165 by interval 55. When 165 is cleared in early June, attention is directed at a minor retracement and consolidation upswing at the 170 boundary still around the 55 interval. Then it is a similar situation clearing and consolidating over 180 around the 89 interval. After passing the 89 interval, it is necessary to expand the Fibonacci time zone. Using some of the first swing points and trying to run interval lines through major events provides a more valid and reliable Fibonacci time zone. As usual, similar results can be achieved with different points defining the initial interval length. Since the chart fell into a wide prolonged range at new lows, it was possible to use the length of the first uptrend for a longer interval, which did accurately cover important continuations with interval 2, 5, and to a lesser extent interval 8. Moving one bar to the left onto the IPO candle makes little difference, especially with the first 3 intervals. Like normal, it's better to start a new Fibonacci time zone when a major reversal takes place. Starting with the first few swing points in the new downtrend produces excellent results in identifying the approximate times of various stages in the downtrend. When a new uptrend begins, it is once again normal to see less reliability and reduced identification of significant events with interval 8. This Fibonacci time zone was mainly confined to the context of the first major downtrend after the IPO. Now, to keep learning about Fibonacci time zones, check out the next video on how to use the trend-based Fibonacci time zone tool.